So, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of B2B Rebellion. Really happy today to have somebody that we've been doing quite a bit of work with in the past couple of months, and somebody that I've known from my career for quite a while, is Aaron Ross from Predictable Revenue. So you may know Aaron from a couple of the books he's written. He's also, you may come across him on LinkedIn. A couple of books he's written of note, Predictable Revenue, and also From Impossible to Inevitable, his more recent edition. He's also known as well for having a lot of children running around behind him. And I always so I always enjoy our conversations, Aaron. So I'll let you give yourself a little bit of an introduction, maybe what Predictable Revenue you're up to, what you guys offer, and also your past a little bit. So over to you, mate.
Yeah. First, let me get my audio working again. I realize this is like everyone's dealing with this right now. We got kids, dogs. I don't know. Maybe you're showered, maybe not. And for a lot of people, they were already working at home or doing remote sales. And a lot of people were used to field sales. And, we're all friends here. So I know for me, because I've been doing remote stuff for a long time and having kids break in on me for years. And I'm glad we're all in the same boat now,
Absolutely.
So it's
absolutely. So how's business been, mate? How's business been a Predictable Revenue over the past couple of months?
Yeah, I know it's been picking up. So I know back in kind of maybe April, when the world panics, everything goes to lockdown. I know for a couple months so predictablerevenue.com is a business, and we do outbound sales services, right? Either helping people build outbound teams. A lot of it's kind of different flavors of outsourcing, whether from really lightweight to actually hiring and managing your people, prospectors for you. And we also do training consulting. It's all about creating results from outbound prospecting. So, and we got about 55 people. We're gonna plan on doing 7 million this year. Pre-COVID.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, pre-COVID. So April, May, I don't think customers signed up in April, May. We had some churn. I don't want to say 10%. It wasn't life-threatening. I mean, it's definitely alarming. So there's some businesses that just hit the wall, right? They're done. Travel. And some business got a tailwind, and there's so many businesses, like most, that are kind of in this middle where, things are slow, but we got to adjust and adapt, and that's kind of where we are. So for a couple months, I mean, just roughly, I don't think anyone signed up, and then now we're starting to sign up a lot more customers. What we're doing, we kind of rejiggered our product offerings a bit, and this, that, the other. So I haven't changed my stance from the beginning, which was in March. This thinking and still feeling that this is we're all getting this chance to hit the reset button on how we work. And a lot of the world and the markets and businesses are being, you can use the word disrupted, but really it's just kind of, it's like that we had this puzzle, and the puzzle's been thrown up in the air. It's all coming down into new shapes. Everything's being recreated. It doesn't feel good for most people, most businesses, but it doesn't mean it's not the end of the world. It's kind of like when an old forest burns down so the new one can grow. And so ultimately this would be, for people and for businesses, it can be a great thing for you if you look ahead a year or two and realizing, there's always these big, I don't want to even say recessions, just kind of cataclysmic events that happen every few years or few decades. And you get through them. Hopefully most people do. And if you embrace it, you can come out better on the other side. If you resist it and kind of hope things will go back to the way they were, stuck. Let's pick a case right now. And we're just talking about how in the United States, a lot of states and locales and governors are like, hey, let's reopen. We got to get open. Got to get open. This pandemic thing is a bit of a fad. It's not as big a deal, I know. And obviously, and then of course, within weeks, cases spike because they're holding on to the past. But I actually really don't know. I feel horrible for all the restaurants. Everyone's got challenges, but for people restaurants and small business owners, and I don't even know. So maybe they're doing that out of desperation for all the small businesses that are still shut down. I don't even know. But there's a lot of opportunity. It may not feel good to people right now. I think there's still so much stress and financial anxiety and uncertainty and life uncertainty. We have teenagers that don't know if they're going to go back to boarding school in September or not. And kids, we have 9 kids, a couple in college, a couple in boarding school, and they don't know. So there's, being okay with uncertainty, because nothing's predictable. I mean, being unpredictable. How are we going to get through this? How are you going to? So I know for us as a business, what's really worked is just taking it's like step by step, day by day, week by week. And in the beginning, like one of our values was we didn't want to have to. We wanted to be able to get through this without laying anyone off. It was a goal, and we haven't laid anyone off yet. We've let a couple of people go who weren't a fit, which is different. So I think we're fortunate in that place, having a strong brand and a great team, to have a great chance of that. And but who knows? We'll see. And
For sure.
I know that as long as it's really easy to get caught up in so much anxiety and uncertainty about the next even months and much less years. So for us, it's just being really present, like today, this week, this month, maybe 2 months, just like really short-term focus towards the day-to-day of iterating and adjusting and being okay with things being changeable, because we haven't even seen the big recession yet.
Yeah, sure. That's going to be a couple of months down the line for sure. I mean, you mentioned there a couple of minutes ago about you guys signing new clients, and I liked the analogy you gave there, just about it's a bit like when a forest burns down and the soil is now fertile and it's time to grow again. With those new customers, how are you advising them? I guess it's tough, right? Like, what advice do you give? Do you have a framework? Do you have something that you give them?
Yeah, well, okay, so we focus on outbound prospecting. We can do some teaching. We have a bunch of our own people who do it. And so I think, a lot of the outbound prospecting results in terms of meetings and calls have come back in lots of ways. It's just a bit different, right? There's lots of people who are at home, not at the office. So there's calls. So I don't want to get into the details, but prospecting and outbound still works. For some companies better than before, some companies worse than before, but still works. And I'll give you one example. Like we're focused more on LinkedIn, and have been for the last year, but even doubled now because LinkedIn's been expanding so much COVID. So one of our most popular services is so we used to have like a $6,000 service, and we kind of dropped that to 2,500 with some per meeting stuff. So it's kind of a lower base to start. It's focused on LinkedIn. It's like an easier people to get started and so on. So it's kind of adapting that for the times. And the advice is kind of the same. It's like, like who's your ideal customer? There's going to have to be some iteration. It's going to take a few weeks or 6 weeks or a couple months to kind of get the ball rolling. It might be faster, it might be slower. Great things don't happen instantly. So like the advice actually is the same. I think a lot of times, again, just going back to, so things could change. There could be another black swan. Like the government's are still propping up economies right now and salaries. Like I don't know how many tens of millions of people have filed for unemployment in the States, but if the United States stops propping that up, or when they do, can they really prop things up for 18 months? I don't know, maybe. I suppose if they've done it for 6 months, maybe they can do it for 18 months or however long this takes. What if COVID mutates? There's all these uncertainties. So I think it's just, people want predictability, but you just can't have, you have to be ready to not have it right now. Do your best, do your campaigns. People might be slower deciding, and you got to kind of do what you can to embrace the current reality and adapt, and not try to take prior expectations from the past and overly color your expectations for right now.
For sure. I mean, yeah, that it makes plenty of sense. It's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, but it's actually the truth. To be fair, it's a good mature way of looking at things, because we don't know what's going to happen next week. We don't know what's going to happen in 2 months from now.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So you can do forecasting is pointless. You can do scenario planning. And I understand, like, especially if you're a public company or you've got investors, like there's a lot of pressure and responsibility and obligation, and employees and families. Like there's so much weight towards hitting certain goals, having goals, hitting goals, and responsibility. And yeah, that can be useful pressure to kind of drive you to change and adapt. And again, like we gotta, having a family, having to pay rent, like we gotta change. You can't just hold on to embrace new reality. But no one knows. And if anyone's trying to make predictions, no one's ever known the future. Some people get lucky in guessing. Well, you can't predict. I think you can probably predict the future, but not when it happens. If you're good at predicting the future, you can't say when it's going to happen, right? I mean, we'll see. I have no idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically.
For sure. That makes sense. I mean, like you did mention one thing there about outbound being quite successful at the moment, or like for some industries, it's working quite well.
Yeah, I mean, it's working for us better than ever for our clients. Yeah,
that's really good. I mean,
at least getting appointments now. Sales cycles might be a bit different in terms of win rates and lengths. So
for sure, I'm hearing some waves like that. If you can show real value, once you get in front of people are still looking to buy. That, like, if you can be more valuable than you have been in the past, if you're really solving a problem right now, or you're scratching that itch properly, whereas in the past it might have been a nice to have, now it's a sort of like, if you're able to really prove the value, which was always the case, but like it sort of goes to the point, and I was going to ask you this: do you think that people or salespeople sort of got a little bit complacent over the past years? It's been somewhat, they did maybe need to sell as hard. I've been hearing that as well. Like now it's really it's more about, you need to go in with not a hard sell, but you need to really like master your craft almost more so than ever right now.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I think it's not even so much the salespeople. It can be. Most of the time it's like the product. The thing is, the last bunch of years, like the economy's been great, and so there's all kinds of companies and products that were created for all kinds of needs. And it's not even that they were nice to have. It's just when COVID hit, all the needs changed. Right? So all the nice to haves and needs kind of changed around, and people's decision making changed. So there's, it's like you're rolling the dice cup, right? You rolled a new set of dice, and it's coming up all five. Before it was all sixes, now it's all twos. So everyone's got to do the musical chairs to re-scramble. So I don't think people got complacent. I don't think it's that. I think it's a scramble, and now you got to re-scramble.
As a scramble for everyone. That's one thing you just put there. It's everybody in the organization, right?
Yep. And again, we've never seen a world with this much challenge in its own way, because it's 4 billion people, billions of people are affected, and the economy is just unimaginable. Which means too, there's never been more opportunity. Like, in 5 or 10 or 20 years, we'll look back as it could be the greatest entrepreneurial creation period of creation we've ever seen. It may not feel like that right now, but that's, again, if you have that mindset, it's like, I don't even know what's going to happen with schools, because what if kids can't go back to school this year? And, online learning doesn't work. It's possible, and there could be a whole tons of disruption in schools. I have lots of kids, right, ages, and to me, schools, we need the structure. The online learning, the remote learning thing is just kind of a waste of time, honestly. The kids are just go through the motions. I mean, a lot of people would say a lot of structured education is going through the motions, but I have a lot of kids where if they don't have a structure like that, they don't do anything. I mean, they just distract themselves from learning. So I don't know. To me, for a lot of kids, it would have perfect. Maybe through this over the next few years, there's a newer model which blends some structure in like a school setting with some like 2 days at school a week. In Scotland, they're talking about 2 days in school, and then people switch, like it's part-time. Like that actually could be better. I don't know. Like, I really don't. The whole school thing is so. But you're going to see like all kinds of businesses and economies and sales models, everything just restructured for the coming years. So the one example is, like, if you've been used to field sales, you've never really done much remote, and you're uncomfortable with it because it's kind of weird, and you don't really get to know people. It's kind of flat. Well, you have to have that skill now. Like, so how can you just get better at it? If you are writing, if you're doing content, like, you do have to, how do you get better at it? Because everyone's doing content. Like, there's just so much, there's limited great content from great people, unlimited great products. Like, every niche is crowded. Like, so different. I mean, so how do you stand out? So I would say one of the ways is by being more of yourself, right? How are you as a person, your own unique genius and your own style and your personality? So this is going to be a forcing function for businesses and people to get clearer on who they are, what they stand for, their value to others. It's just an evolution of the past. It's kind of like speeding things up. It's not, and it doesn't feel good, but that's why it's going to force people to do stuff, because inherently we get stuck in our habits.
For sure, it's breaking the habit, and it's in the business sense. Like I agree with you. I think there's a lot of opportunity to come from it. I'm already starting to see people seize the opportunity. People are starting to grow, which is good. And it's those that really do something to differentiate, I think. And we've spoken about this so many times already, Aaron, that like if you sit in your hands, nothing's going to happen. So like do something, tailor your message a bit better to suit your audience. Now is the time to do it. There's also, I spoke with somebody today that is in a fairly aging industry. And she was saying that it's been a real terror trying to get the rest of the leadership team to digitalize, in the past. But now since COVID's come, they have no choice. But they were really, really pushing against it. Even when COVID first came, they were like, this isn't going to last. And now they're like, okay, we really need to look at this. So this is, if you don't do that, you won't survive. Like the company won't survive if you don't get digital.
Welcome to the digital age. Yep.
Exactly. So like, I think it's put a bit of a kick up the ass of companies and people that haven't been, like the retail sector being one in particular, that's been one.
I know for us, or for me, one of my kicks, I would have resisted. I resisted going virtual. So we had 2 offices. Each one had about 20-ish people, one in Vancouver, one in Cancun, Mexico. I've been remote. And I would have been the first. I was the first to say, we don't want our people to go remote because onboarding salespeople, it's just hard remote. But we're going, and we were remote, and we decided to stay remote. And I've actually been a fan so far because of a lot of other benefits. And so that was kicking the ass for me, is the benefits of having a remotely run virtual company.
There you go.
That's what we're embracing. So, that's one. I'm sure I've had other kicks in the ass too.
But it's funny what you can achieve when your hands are tied behind your back. When
you're talking to a person with nine kids and the bills to match. So yes,
your hands and feet tied behind your back.
Have you read this book?
I have.
It's chapters, part 6. Yeah, when you're constrained with time, money, sanity. Yes, part 6. Impossible to inevitable. Read it. Forcing functions.
Absolutely. I actually have it on my book. Hold on a second. Wait.
Okay, let's prove it. Okay. See, it's the first edition or second, though. The first edition. That's a good one.
First edition. So I've got the first edition. You'll have to send me the second one, Aaron.
Yeah.
But
I will. But listen, I'll get your address.
Absolutely. But listen, look, we're coming to the end of it now. But it's been really, really nice to speak. Is there anything like that you'd like to leave with, or like where can people find you? How can they get working with Predictable Revenue?
Simple place to start is predictablerevenue.com. In fact, by the way, it reminds me, one of our new things I'm trying out is like online workshops. The difference from webinars. I shall reach out to you about that. But predictablerevenue.com, main business. And then actually, I would recommend this from impossible.com is the site for the book From Impossible to Inevitable. It's really like the 8th best startup book. And I'm on LinkedIn, probably not that hard to find. If you made it this far and you actually listen for my email address, because I think you needed to connect with me, you follow, but it's air@predictablerevenue.com. I'm just curious, send me an email to see how many people got this far and actually listened to that, caught that. I'm gonna write it down. I'll bet I'll get 5 emails.
If you get more
or LinkedIn messages.
Or LinkedIn, if you get more than that, if you get overloaded, you know who to be blaming. This guy.
Yeah.
So, but Aaron, it's been a real pleasure, mate, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, and good luck to everybody.
Cheers, mate.